Randy Thompson has been a rancher nearly all his life. His family land sits in the path of a future pipeline that would carry up to 1.3 million barrels of oil a day from Canada to Texas.
Tyler, come on.
Randy has some concerns.
They come into our state, they dictate where they're going to put the pipeline. They're going to dictate what they're going to pay the landowners. Well, hey, this is our state. And why should we risk our water supply just so they can save some money, taking the shortest route across our state?
The company, TransCanada, already has one pipeline running through the state. The new pipeline would carry oil 2,600 kilometers to refineries on the U.S. Gulf Coast, crossing over the Ogallala Aquifer, the main source of water for America's agricultural heartland.
Here in the sandhills of Nebraska, the massive aquifer sits very close to the surface, even forming pools of water. The proposed route of the pipeline would carry oil right across this permeable landscape that sits atop the region's drinking water.
Cindy Myers has been drinking unfiltered well water straight from the aquifer all her life. She took us to a site about 3 kilometers from her house where the pipe would pass through.
There is a pipeline, a TransCanada pipeline in eastern Nebraska right now. That pipeline's already had 11 confirmed leaks.
Environmentalists are worried too. They say the state, which is famous for migrating sandhill cranes, has a fragile ecology that could be disrupted by the pipeline.
There are thousands of different shorebirds and hundreds of different species of birds that use those sandhills lakes. The grassland birds in this area use the sandhills extensively, and grassland birds are in the largest decline of a total suite of species.
TransCanada says pipelines already crisscross Nebraska and are the safest way to transport oil and gas. But Nebraskans like Randy Thompson say oil installations pose risks.
We have a perfect blueprint for what could happen here up in Michigan.
Last July, a pipeline accident spilled more than 3 million liters of oil into the Kalamazoo River in the state of Michigan. The river is still being cleaned up. Final approval for the pipeline can only come from the U.S. government. Nebraskans say they understand the country needs new sources of oil, but they want Washington to recognize what they're putting at risk. Adam Raney, Al Jazeera, in the sandhills of Nebraska.